reflecting back on Saturday night, it was not the outcome we wanted. Very disappointed in our play. Looking at the film, our effort was good. Our execution was not. We met as coaches and players. We have to have thick skin about it. We have to be mature about it, and we have to go back to work and fix what we didn't do right. I told them I thought Sam Houston did a heck of a job after their debacle 2 weeks ago. They handled it right, and we need to do the same thing. Hats off to Sam. They outplayed us, but looking back, there's some things that we just kind of can't do to beat a good football team. Too many turnovers, too many mistakes. So we're going to go to work. We're going to work hard to correct those things. We're going to have to, because we're playing a very good football team this week. And
offensively, last game you guys put up 10 points, obviously, on the board. That's not the norm for this team.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to be addressed on that side of the ball?
Turnovers, number one. Missed opportunities. Missed assignments and drop balls. The fumble early was huge. We got to the red zone, fumbled one time and missed 2 field goals. That's a 21-point swing right there, or could be. Just opportunities wasted. Very familiar, very, very similar to the first half last year.
I was going to say, even within the game, it seemed like right when you guys would get some momentum, Sam would take it right back on the next drive, like driving down the field. Is that something you noticed? And then how can you avoid that?
You got to play better. That was probably, I thought our defense played much better than our offense, but that was the only time. That was the biggest disappointment we had, is when we finally did score to get within 19-10. They went right back down the field and scored, but it was a seesaw game. At that point, though, in the game, you just can't spot a team the caliber of Sam Houston, a 19-3 lead, and win. That was the biggest problem we had, is we played ourselves out of the game in the first half.
How's Abilene on defense?
Huge in the middle. Their 2 defensive tackles are 340, 350 plus. They got a defensive end. Make sure and get his name right. Nick Richardson is the all-time Abilene Christian sack leader, and is off to a very good start this year. And they're just big and physical up front. They will blitz, but they don't have to a whole lot, because they can get pressure on you just using those 4 guys. And plus, they can sit back and play coverage some on your receivers, because they feel like they can stop the run with those 4 guys, and the backers scraping behind them. So I'm very impressed with their team. Coach Collins done a good job. And Abilene Christian now, I don't know how many people in Beaumont are very familiar with them. They've been playing football a very, very long time. This is not a new program as far as when they started establishment. They've been around a very, very long time, and they've been playing very good football out there for a long time. So this is not a startup program.
They're original members of the Southland Conference.
You bet.
So, I guess they're really excited to be playing a conference game and get overcome that.
And they are. And they've played 2 FBS schools. They beat one of them. They beat Troy. They took Georgia State to the mat and was 1 stop away from winning that game. They're off to a 2-0 start in conference play, and they probably can't wait to see us get out there. They'll be ready for us. They'll be fired up.
It's the second road game of the season, and it's a further trip. Is there any way to mentally prepare the team for it, or is it just something they're going to have to kind of learn as you get on the road?
Well, I'm telling them it's not going to take them as long to get there as it did to College Station, because we're flying. So,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
but we're very excited about that. We will fly out of here Friday afternoon. It'll only take about an hour and a half to get there, so we won't have the long bus ride out there and things. So we're hoping that'll help us.
So was Caleb a little bit off on his passing as far as the accuracy on Saturday in St. Houston?
I would just say it wasn't his best night. He wasn't as sharp as he's been in times past, and that's not a knock on Caleb. He just didn't have as good a night. That happens in all sports. I thought he kind of struggled through it pretty good and got better as the game went on. But as far as a career night passing, he didn't have that. And he'll get better. It happens. He's still our guy. I'm still proud of him, but it wasn't his best. And I think you have to credit Sam Houston for that. I don't think anybody on our team had a career night. Nobody played up and had a player of the week type performance. And we was going to have that type of night out of a lot of people to beat a team like Sam. We didn't get it.
Coach, against against Abilene? I know it's difficult to dictate how the game's going to go, but going into it, is there a certain type of game that you're expecting? A shootout, a low-scoring game?
I looked at their offense more than their defense. Very impressed with their defense too. Watched them play against Incarnate Word, and they shut Incarnate Word out. But I think their offense has scored on just about everybody on everybody they've played. I don't see it being a real low-scoring game. I'm not going to say it's going to be a shootout, but we're going to have to put some points on the board, and we're going to have to move the ball consistently and keep our defense off the field and keep their offense off the field. It's going to have to be a team effort, but we're going to have to score some points.
Black helmets are real nice. Good job keeping it a secret. But, I don't know how superstitious you are, but is that are they show for the rest of the season? Are we going to see them again?
We won't see them for a while. I'm a little superstitious. The helmets had absolutely nothing to do with the game, but I kind of go, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And then if it is broke, you change some things. So you'll see white helmets for a while. But I'm in no way blaming the game on the black.